Hi everyone, I'm Liz Peterson, and welcome back to another one of my Pipedrive training videos. Today I'm super excited to be sharing everything you need to know about Pipedrive's email sync feature. This is one of my absolute favorite features in Pipedrive because it's a powerhouse of a tool simply by selecting the optimal configurations during setup. In this video, we're going to cover core settings like default email visibility and whether email linking should be manual or automatic, Pipedrive's email open and link click tracking feature, and how to create your email signature, as well as email templates. If you haven't already signed up for Pipedrive, you can get an extended 30-day free trial using my partner link, which I've included in the description below and also at the top of the comment section as a pinned comment. Again, using that link will get you a full month to try Pipedrive for free, so I highly encourage you to check out those links. Last thing before getting started, if you like this content, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be notified when the next video drops, click to subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I personally read and reply to every comment, and I love hearing from you all. So with that, let's dive in. To sync your email, click Sales Inbox on the left-hand sidebar, followed by Get Started, and then follow the prompts to give Pipedrive all the access that it needs. You're going to select Personal Account and then Next. In this window, you want to change the default email visibility to shared. What this means is if an email from your inbox is linked to a person, a deal, or an organization in Pipedrive, other users in your Pipedrive account will be able to see that email. What it does not mean is that other Pipedrive users can see your email inbox. So I always say, if you email your mom from your work email, no one can see that email because your mom should not be a contact in your Pipedrive database. So making the default email visibility shared means that any sales-related email should by default be visible to anyone who may need to see that conversation, but everything else in your inbox remains private. You can update the sync start time to a further back date if you would like, and then click Start Sync. Your inbox will then be syncing in the background, and while that works, I want to talk about a few more settings. So you're going to click on Email Settings, this tiny gear icon on the right-hand side, and then scroll down. And the first thing you can do here is add an email signature. So if you have an email signature in your email client that you want to add to Pipedrive so that it gets attached if you send an email from Pipedrive, you'll click Add Signature. You can give it a name because you can have multiple signatures if you would like, and then you can paste it in here. I have that added, so I will click Save. And then if you keep scrolling, this setting sometimes doesn't take when you are doing the configuration. So this default email visibility, this is what we configured before syncing the email, but we want this to be shared. So I'm going to update that to shared, and that is the last setting we need on this page. Next, go to the General Settings tab. And here I want to just talk about this automatic linking feature for a moment. While there are some cases where having automatic linking turned on will not work well, generally, I highly recommend having this feature turned on. What it's going to do is, whether or not you send an email out of Pipedrive, it is going to try to automatically link that email to the appropriate person, deal, etc. in Pipedrive, even if you are not sending it out of Pipedrive. So maybe you reply to an inbound message and forget that it's sales related, send it out of Gmail or Outlook. That reply that you sent will automatically be linked where Pipedrive thinks it is appropriate without you needing to do it manually. Now, let me talk about using this feature. Back in the sales inbox, again, this is going to be a reflection of your email client mailbox. And most people don't like working out of this view, and that's totally fine. You can continue to use your Gmail or Outlook for the majority of email purposes. But when you are sending sales-related emails, I highly encourage you to send them out of Pipedrive for a couple of reasons. You're not going to be sending them, however, out of this sales inbox. You're going to be sending them from the specific deal that they are related to. So I'm going to navigate to deals here, and I'm going to open this deal. So from within a deal, there's this email tab, And from here, you can choose to send an email via template or just send an email that you type out manually. And you'll also be able to reply to any messages that come to you inbound. That will be linked under the history section here. There are two features that I love about Pipedrive's email sync. And the first is these little buttons here. This is the email open and link click tracking. And when these icons are blue, the feature is on. And when you send an email when these features are on, in Pipedrive, you will be able to see a log of all of the times that your email is open, as well as when links are clicked within your email. You'll also get a daily digest email letting you know which of your emails was opened the day prior. I especially love this in a long sales cycle because if someone opens your quote email 1 month or 2 months after you originally sent it, you can get notified real time about that interaction with your email and can reach out to the prospect right at that time to re-engage them. The second feature I love about email sync is email templates. In a moment, I'm going to show you the 2 different ways that you can create email templates in Pipedrive. But before doing so, I want you to delete these 5 standard templates. These are just example emails to show you how to use fields and tokens and nothing you would ever actually use in your sales process, so they can just become a distraction. So I'm going to load one here just so you can see it, right? It's showing you how these tokens kind of work, but this is not something that you're actually going to send. So to delete those 5 templates, you're going to click Choose Template and then Manage Templates. And then here you'll just go ahead and delete each of these. From this window, this is the first way you can create email templates in Pipedrive. I'm going to click Add New Template. I'm going to put in a subject and then the body of a template email I want to create. One of the things I really commonly see in templates is people doing things like this, where the salesperson has to then edit this text and this text before actually sending out the template. But if you have configured your custom fields well, you can actually pull in those details from detail fields you've stored in Pipedrive, so there will be absolutely no editing needed and no risk of sending an email with an unedited token to your customers. So here, instead of hi there, I'm going to put in the first name. This is the type of project, and we have a field that is job type. And I need to add a space there. And then the date, we actually have the showroom consultation date. I want to pull that deal field. So now this is going to dynamically pull in the details that are added to the deal. So again, no editing will be required before sending this off to the customer. Once you have your template ready, I always recommend selecting all, removing all formatting, and then reapplying the size and font that you would like, because if you are copying and pasting, the email may look fine in this composer window, but actually have different fonts included. So that ensures that you're sending it out in a really nice format. The last 2 things to do here are to give your template a name and then also set the visibility. Visibility is asking you whether or not you want this email to be shared across all users in your Pipedrive account or be private, which would mean it's only a template that you will see in your email template options. For the most part, you want your email templates to be shared, so I'm going to update that visibility there. Then for the template name, if you're adding a lot of templates into Pipedrive, it can quickly become a lot to scroll through all of the options in the list. But if you use a numbering system and also a brief description system that is well aligned with your stages and your processes, it can help people search for the email template that they need really easily. So this is the number 1 email about the showroom consultation being scheduled. I'm going to click Save. And now I have that new template. I'm going to go ahead and create another template here so you can see the process. I'm going to adjust formatting and then click Save. And just like that, we have 2 email templates created. Now, the other way to create an email template is off of a draft. Maybe you are writing an email and you realize, hey, this is one I tend to write once every couple of weeks or even a couple of times a week. And I want to actually save this as a template so I can reuse it the next time as a starting point. So here I have that message. I'm about to hit send and I'm like, wait, I actually want to save this so I don't have to type it out again. Before you click send, click choose template and then save draft as a template. It pops open this familiar window, and then you want to add your tokens, right? So that it doesn't always say Liz every time you pull up this message. So you want this to be the first person name. Then you want to remove your email signature and any names or anything you've signed off with so that you don't get a duplicate when you pull up the template and it auto inserts your signature. Then you want to give the template a name and update the visibility. Then you want to remove formatting just to be safe and click save. And now I have all three of those email templates ready to use whenever I would like. And so you can see this example here. If I discard this draft and then pull up that email here, it's going to send it to Liz and so on and so forth dynamically based on that template I created. Now let's see what this feature looks like in practice. So here I have this activity to coordinate the showroom consultation and then update the stage to the showroom consult scheduled and send that showroom scheduled email template. So I'm going to move this deal forward, add the consultation date, and then go to send that email template. So I go here, I click choose template. If this were a super long list, I could just type in showroom or even number 1 and see a much shorter list of templates to choose from, so I can quickly grab the template that I need. Now, common question, are those big yellow boxes going to show up when I send the email? No, it looks like regular text, even though it looks crazy here. But you'll notice here there is an empty token, right? The job type is missing, which is going to make this sentence read really awkward. But Pipedrive will prevent me from being able to send this email because that token is empty. So when I click send, I get a red error saying, hey, I'm not going to send this because your job type is empty. So I can either remove that token or I can add in the job type and then reload that email template. Now all of those tokens are completed, and when I click send, it's going to send off to that person. Once that email has been sent, it's going to drop down to your history timeline down here, and you can see it has the open tracking as well as the link click tracking in the email signature. It's shared, which means it's visible to all users in your Pipedrive account. And then here's what that email looks like to the recipient. Boom. All of the tokens look like normal text. Formatting is great. And back in Pipedrive, when that email was opened, there's now going to be this open tracking that's going to show as a log anytime that email is viewed. And that's it. You now have Pipedrive's email sync feature configured. You're going to quickly learn that using email templates saves you hours every week. And the email open and link click tracking is going to help you win more deals by giving you insight into the best time to reach out to prospects. As a reminder, if you're new to Pipedrive and want to try it out for a full month for free, be sure to sign up using the link in the pinned comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching today. I really hope you found this video useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.